Hi everybody, my name is Dean Byrne and today I'm going to speak about a topic that I'm very interested in ever since moving to the USA, and that is the drinking age. Obviously we all know that the drinking age in the USA is currently 21, and I found this very strange coming from Ireland where the drinking age has always been 18. Ireland's obviously a country associated with drinking. We know that there's a very strong drinking culture there. But here in the USA, I still feel that it's very harsh, and it's very strange. I find that the drinking age is currently 21, and we see it come up a lot in top. The topic comes up a lot in debates. Should the drinking age be lowered to 18? We have a lot of people who are for that, and a lot of people against that. And I'm going to give my side of the debate today. I think that if you are old enough to vote, which is 18, if you're old enough to serve in the military, if you're old enough to hold a firearm and given the responsibility to kill somebody, why aren't you given responsibility to drink? I think if you have the ability and you're given responsibility to elect the leader of your country, somebody who's going to make really important decisions politically, who's going to impact your life greatly, yeah, you don't have responsibility to drink a beer. I find that very strange and very hard to believe. It's usually thought that an 18-year-old would have less tolerance than a 21-year-old as well. And this might be true in a lot of cases, but to me, tolerance doesn't come with age. I think if you're brought up realizing the responsibility you're given, then you're much more likely to take that responsibility on. I think people in the USA being told that they can't drink when they become an adult. You become an adult at 18, and if you get told that you can't drink, that's against the law or whatever, I think there is more of a tolerance that people want to break that, because in my opinion, drinking isn't, especially if you're doing it in tolerance, isn't a big crime. Obviously, yeah, you can't, you're not gonna, just because it's against the law, it doesn't mean oh, I want to break the law. You're obviously not gonna go out and kill somebody because it's against the law. But something like drinking, in my opinion, isn't like pushing the boat too far. If you're 18, you're more likely going to be in a college. We know what college culture is like in America. Me coming from Ireland, I know what it's like in America. A lot of people still drink, and people know that it's going on. So for me, I think it's time that America really does move on and lowers the drinking age. Anybody under the age of 21, anybody under the age of 21 sees alcohol, yeah, as I said, it's like the forbidden fruit. And being under 21, and obviously with alcohol being illegal, you get very curious. You're like, oh, I wonder what it's like. I wonder what it tastes like. I wonder what the effects are. You probably have friends who say how good it is, how good it feels. So you're going to want to try it. People under the age of 21 also drink more when they get hold of alcohol, because obviously they've had years away from it, so they probably think, oh, this is a couple of years of my life that I could have experienced alcohol. So I think a lot more problems come when you are 21 and you can finally drink. We see people who go out on huge 21 their 21st birthday parties, and they bring all their friends, and their friends are like, oh, you can finally drink, and then yeah, they get themselves into trouble. So I think that's it's pretty dangerous. Myself coming from Ireland, we like any country, we've got problems with drinking, but in America, people think, okay, if we drop the drinking age down to 18, everybody's going to just abuse it. They're going to abuse their right to drink. Back in Ireland, that honestly doesn't happen. There's even talk that people want the drinking age lowered further down to 16. But I think when for Americans who need to be 21 to drink, when you're at the age of maybe 17, 18, 19, 20, I think that there's a lot of drinking in public, because obviously you're not allowed out to bars or nightclubs. So people will buy crates of beer, buy spirits, and then drink out in public with their friends, which is very dangerous. That is very dangerous, because you're drinking unsupervised, and that can lead to it's something like as bad as that. I know one of my friends in Ireland. He was only 16 at the time. So yeah, as we said, he was like a couple of years younger than the drinking age, and he got himself in a lot of trouble because he went out drinking in a field with a few of his friends and was unsupervised and got himself into a lot of trouble. And he's lucky to still be around today. I think with if the drinking age was lowered to 18, then people can go out and drink where it's supervised. Just like I said there, when it's as high as 21, younger people are going out drinking unsupervised, which is very dangerous. But if it was dropped to 18, 18-year-olds could go out and drink, and they drink responsibly. There'd be security guards there out in pubs and nightclubs, as well as security guards. You've got police, so it's not as if these people are just on the loose. They're going to be supervised. Another thing I find very strange is that if you're eligible to get married at the age of 18, and you get married, you're not allowed to drink at your own wedding. That doesn't make any sense, does it? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people get married, you see the parties they have, like at the wedding ceremony. You're not even allowed to have a glass of wine then. So yeah, and it's actually quite interesting because in America there's a lot more alcohol related deaths and injuries and things like that. A lot more alcohol related abuse compared to other countries such as Ireland, Italy, where the drinking age is 18. And like, even in Spain, there's some parts of Spain you can drink when you're 16. So I think statistically it's proven that dropping the drinking age down doesn't cause more alcohol related injuries or deaths or whatever. And I think that's like one of the big concerns in America today. Drinking under the age of 21 is seen by most 18-year-olds and others as a sign of adulthood. They're allowed to do everything and call themselves an adult, and they don't want to be stopped from being an adult when it comes to drinking. So I hope today I've got my point of view across. I really do strongly believe that the drinking age should be dropped to 18. I think that it would stop a lot of problems that America is seeing today. And yeah, I think America just has to take a leaf out of other countries' books, such as Ireland, such as Italy, where the drinking age has been dropped and there hasn't been as much alcohol-related effects. So I'd like to thank you for my speech today, and I hope that I influenced you and got my point across. Thank you very much.